Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. So we have a new update for Forza Horizon 5 that brings an interesting feature. The general director at HAL Laboratory says you may see another 2D Kirby. And a popular anime series is getting an RPG. But before we get started, if you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't yet, consider subscribing. That's the best way to let me know you enjoy the content on this channel. Now let's get started. So we have a new update for Forza Horizon 5, and in this update it adds a new feature to the PvP portion of the game. This summary here from IGN, a blog post on the Forza website detailed a number of fixes and changes, including a reworking of rewards in the Horizon Open, the PvP portion of Horizon 5. Horizon Open has been updated with a new progression system, including badges which can be unlocked through gameplay, the post said. Developer Playground Games also added custom racing to Horizon Open, which will allow players to find races for their chosen race discipline and performance index class. So if any of you like the open world racing and the PvP in Forza Horizon 5, you can check out this new progression system and earn you some badges. This also makes me wonder if we're getting close to seeing a DLC release for Forza Horizon 5. It seems like the Fortune Island DLC was released for 4 just like a couple months after the main game's release. And since we're approaching 5 months since the 5th one in this series was released, I think we're getting pretty close to maybe hearing something soon. Next, the Washington Post sat down and did an interview with the 2 members of HAL Laboratories to talk about the new Kirby game. And in that interview, there's something they mentioned I think is kind of interesting, and IGN highlights it here. Kirby and the Forgotten Land marked the franchise's first foray into 3D, but fans shouldn't assume it's the new normal. Developer HAL Laboratory's general manager, Shinya Kumazaki, told the Washington Post that 3D Kirby games won't necessarily be the standard going forward. He added, "Nintendo is on the same page as us, but this is something we talk about often. We hope to go beyond what is currently imaginable and change ourselves to create new and innovative Kirby games." Now I think this just kind of highlights that we can't make an assumption here that every Kirby game from now on out is going to be 3D. I mean, we've had the same thing with Mario, Zelda, and Metroid. They've all had 3D versions of their games, but then they've came back and also done 2D versions. Or at the very least, the 2.5D. And overall, it's a very interesting read if you get a chance. They do go down and kind of break down how they designed Kirby and the Forgotten Land, focusing on things where they want you to be able to see Kirby's face but still give you a 3D area to play in. And finally, this is an interesting game I saw announced today, and that is One Piece is getting a Japanese-style RPG that's going to be coming out this year. We have a bit of a summary of the plot here from Gamitsu. During their voyage, the Straw Hats, led by Monkey D. Luffy, are swallowed by a huge storm at sea. They end up on a mysterious island full of nature amidst the storm and become separated from each other. The crew sets out on a new adventurous journey filled with wonders of raging nature, powerful enemies, and strange encounters with island locals. So it will be interesting to see how the game turns out. Even if you're not a fan of the series, you might like Japanese RPG games and want to give it a try. But another thing that caught my attention is that the game is announced to come out on Steam, PS5, PS4, and the Xbox Series systems. So apparently there is no Xbox One version of this game where there is a PS4 version. Now I can only make guesses as to why that is. It could be that it's going to be a lot more popular in Japan, so they didn't want to waste time for a system that's not widely available. And it could also be maybe they developed it using dev kits from the PS4, PS5 systems. Now you'll see some people say, oh well, it has the Xbox One down in the disclaimer at the end of the video about the copyright and such. But on the description of the video they do leave out the Xbox One, so this copyright thing is probably just a template that they pulled and used and put on the end of the video. But let me know what your thoughts are. Why do you think they would have left off the Xbox One system but included the PS4? And that's all we have for today. Did anything we talk about catch your attention? Do you think we may be getting close to a new DLC for Forza Horizon 5? And is it really a surprise that we may see more 2D Kirby games? Drop a comment about that or anything else we talked about today. I want to thank you for watching and be good.